Have you ever wondered what it takes to make one of these virtual choir projects? Well, come with me, and I'll show you how we do it here at St. Luke's. My name is John Cole, and I'm a volunteer here at St. Luke's who helps with videography and the video editing. It's a big team effort. So let's take a look at how the team makes this all come together. Come on along. The choice of what songs are to be used in each worship service is carefully made. The worship team meets every week to suggest and select the songs that would best fit in with the theme of the service and with the message of the sermon. These meetings have been held using Zoom ever since the coronavirus disruption began in March of 2020. Once the songs have been selected, the next task is for John Mason and Amy Cole to agree on voicing, what instruments should be used to accompany the singers, and does an existing musical arrangement exist? Or does John need to create a new custom one? Our choir members and soloists need to have a copy of the sheet music. So I scanned the sheet music to create a PDF file that can be linked to the weekly newsletter that Amy sends to all the choir members. But most of our choir members do not have a piano at home that they can use to learn their parts. So we create what we call a video guide track to assist the singers in learning their parts and to use when they make their own recordings. The first step in creating the video guide track begins with John Mason. John records the piano accompaniment track that will be used by the singers using Logic audio software. When John has the piano track ready, he sends the audio file electronically to John Cole. The Logic file of the accompaniment is loaded onto a laptop, and John Cole and Amy use it to record the bass and alto parts. Then they send the file back to John Mason, where he will sing the tenor part and Chelsea will sing the soprano parts. I set up a makeshift studio for capturing Amy on video as she directs as the music track plays. I then add her directing video, add John Mason's individual part track files, and make a separate video guide track for each voice part. So to put together what I call the film strip is I take the PDF of the music that we're doing. There's a tool called Snippet that allows me to go in and grab a piece of it. I'm going to go into Photoshop, paste that in, and resize it so that it's correct. I'll get it close here. So now we'll go get the bass clef snipped. Music publishers, in order to minimize the amount of paper that they're using, seem to make the staffs on the page just a little bit different size. And there you go. That's how it's done. So this is the whole strip. So then this will get saved as a PDF file, which will then go, and I will then import that into Premiere Pro and add the music to it and get it all timed.
All right, everybody pull out Jesus Keep Me Near the Cross. We're only going to do, when we record this, we're only going to do 3 verses, and I do believe at this time it's going to be...
Every Wednesday night, the choir meets on Zoom for both the rehearsal of the upcoming songs and for some fellowship. The term rehearsal is used very loosely here, for in Zoom meetings, only one microphone can be live at a time. Amy cannot hear anyone singing during the rehearsal, so she runs the choir through the song, taking some time to focus upon spots where she thinks that the singers would need a little extra help and where singers need to ask questions. She also points out where breaths should be or not be taken, dynamics, key changes, stuff like that.
Here we go, John Mason.
Jesus, keep me near.
The St. Luke's Virtual Choir webpage has been set up that has links to our current projects, as well as instructions and helpful hints. Each choir member can use the video guide track to rehearse on their own. When they're ready, each member records their own video using electronic devices that they have on hand. As you can see from my setup here, it doesn't have to be fancy. I'm using my computer to view and play the video guide track and using my iPhone to record my video. I listen to the track with earbuds, for it is only my voice that can be recorded. This can be intimidating, for we were all used to singing in a choir surrounded by other singers, not all by ourselves in front of a microphone. When I'm happy with my recording, I will then upload it using a feature of the Virtual Choir web page. If we have a soloist or instrumentalist involved in the project, we will have a separate stream of work for them. The soloist first records their voice or instrument in the church. often in the sanctuary, to get a more realistic sound. They're recorded using the best microphones we have while listening to the accompaniment track in their headphones. Then they are video recorded without their headphones, lip syncing to what they just recorded. This allows us to have them sing their song from anywhere the creative direction takes us. Now the workflow splits into two separate streams of effort: audio mix and video editing. Let's hear from John Mason how he uses Logic Pro audio editing software to blend each individual submission into a beautiful choir.
Here is where the magic happens. I simply import or drag individual audio from every single person in, and I'm going to open up this folder, and holy smokes, that is all pink, mainly all pink, is my soprano section. So there's our soprano section, and you see this says alto here, so let's expand that. There's all my altos, tenors, and basses. So there we have it. Let me zoom out. So we can take soprano 1 here, and there's one voice. Hang on.
Praise God, all creatures.
And here's the next voice.
Praise God, from whom all blessings flow.
And if someone was off, you just can click and you can slide and adjust their audio. So you have to do for this, for each person, you have to adjust and line up their audio. Now, if you see these little sliders over here, that's everyone's volume. So you can see how people have different volumes, and you get a nice mix. You can mix each individual person, and then it all comes together. And so here the piano starts. You can see the piano starts, and the choir sings.
Praise God,
Wow!
from whom all blessings flow. Praise God, all creatures here below.
There's my sopranos. I can solo sopranos. So here's just sopranos.
Praise God, from whom
Here's
all
altos
blessings flow.
added.
Praise God, all creatures
just-
here below.
There's the tenors.
Hallelujah.
Tenor section, basses.
Hallelujah.
There's the whole thing.
Praise God, the source of all our gifts.
Patrick Tyler, as the Associate Director of Video Production here at St. Luke's, not only oversees the live streaming of Sunday services, but he does the majority of video editing for all of St. Luke's video projects. I get involved when Patrick reaches out to me to lend a hand. We both use Premiere Pro video editing software so that our efforts are compatible and can be combined if need be. The first step in creating the little boxes that each choir member's video will be placed in involves math. We have to determine how big each box needs to be in order to properly fit each person into the whole of the choir. Then we use the software to build the box and place a singer's video into it, making sure that they look as good as they can be. Each person uses different technology, so this can be a challenge. And as we place each individual video into the matrix of the choir, we make sure that they are synchronized with everyone else by using fine-tooth adjustments. While we love our choir members very much, we know that we need to have more than just having them all in their little boxes on screen for the entire video. The message of the music has even more impact when there is compelling imagery that goes along with it. So here is where the artistic vision of the video becomes reality, or as close as we can make it, as we layer in still images or video that we've captured. This is a real team effort, as each key person in this process will provide creative input. Once the final assembly of all the elements of the project have been brought together, the video editor will add the captions to the video so that viewers who wish to sing along can see the lyrics. The lyrics are hand-typed and placed into the video with the timings to match the vocalists. We're almost done. John Mason has sent over the final audio mix that he worked so hard on. That is now added to and syncs up with the video in Premiere Pro. This completed version is now reviewed for accuracy, approved, and then uploaded to Teams or Vimeo so that it can be accessed by the worship team for use in the upcoming service. And that's how we make these virtual choir videos. I hope that this has given you some insight into the dedication that's required from so many individuals to bring the word through music and singing through our worship services. So thanks for watching. Near the cross I'll watch and wait.